Wow, everyone out there in amazing space of YouTube premise and whole inestimable lands of and grounds of internet land. I'm doing pretty good at home now, and I'm doing kind of like a slumping and doing nothing for the major part because I've been working hard for a recent period of time, and that accounted on me because I got like drained in a way, like regarding my lower lower position that I'd been previously that are kind of like overlapped and turned into something mine, and I kind of like not wanting to do whatever I have to unwind for a while and see what happens after that, and this project looming over me, my good ideas and new tracks of mine that was given just this task or probation task that I'm about to implement. I'm on it right now, but in the slightest way, probably just devising some kind of like sweeping scale kind of ideas and nearing those middle-size blocks from which my picture of my project to be will be comprised of. And if you got everything or anything, if I made something here into American here, probably you're a good listener, and I'm a good shit roller. I'm always roll my shits down the road, and thanks God that a lot of things that I mentioned my middle-sized blocks of my future project will be on their way. And guys, kind of like I'm not gonna be whining probably to the full extent to 100% mark on this video shoot of tonight, but kind of like what I'm doing is pretty just unique, but only to me, for me, excuse me. And if you don't get the reason why people do the similar things to my doings here, is probably they're just good without it. What can I say? Literally nothing, and it's not nothing that I have nothing to say, but I always have something to say, and it's not like self-loathing when I turn into brooding, and that's just my current mood in which I'm speaking, and that self-loathing it might seem from an outside observer standpoint, it's not my self-loathing. It's my just whatever current mood in which I am, in which I'm being creative, and even right now I'm so creative that I fucking cannot even give it justice to what extent. Guys, it's still yummy hot water, and I have to sip it all. No, not all, just several sips probably to drench my aching or whatever weird creature personality, and I like some outlandish words, probably self-loathing, fucking stuck to me. No, can do. I have to practice it as fucking many times as I can. Self-loathing, you fucking know can do. And that latter word that means second thing you mentioned, and so you have to sign it out, that stuff to stick to it deeply, never so it never goes away. You will be able to use it automatically. Self-loathing, ladder, whatever. I like American sounding on American of American vocabulary words, and I like British accents at some points, but not to that extent. I love my American and intonations and paces and voices and different varieties of accents, and just American, like when I hear something like on a news channel somewhere else, it sounds to me very natively, and I get it with pleasure. It's like my favorite, like I don't know, like drug which I'm on, and I've never been out of it. I say that is good, right? So American, or I don't know, English, if you get it, then you will never forget it. You get it or forget it. It doesn't exist in American English, I know, but I haven't. That was me who invented that phrase: get it or forget it. You may use it. You have my permission. I'm Libra by zodiac, but I like water, and interesting fact about me that I like snorkeling and diving and swimming, but more like snorkeling and diving. And how come I got so addicted to water in that regard. Sipping water, I like water. I drink water all the time, and I just do that subconsciously. As I'm speaking my American, for example, right now, I'm not probably the best way in error as for my wanting to do whatever that counts. Kind of like on everything that I touch when I look at it, it lays upon it and has its effect on it. If I'm being just whelming like at highest positions, so that's probably my chances. Those ones are probably my chances to get even higher than I'm uh, doing just on a regular basis, or even when I get low, for example, that is just my chance to unwind for a while, to reschedule something in my brain. And that way, some guy once said, it's like I'm going on a tangent. I always get sidetracked by being sidetracked by myself, so no can do that. That guy once said, not only once, or perused that footage several times, a very get concrete example of what he says. And he said, if you get like you're not you're deep in you're not wanting to do whatever, the depression that people call it, like depression or not wanting or whatever, it's your organism uh, gives you a signal so that you have probably to have rest and reconsider something, and the next stage will be your if you don't listen to that little voice inside you, that thing may switch you off just without having your permission. Don't wait till that moment comes. Follow your hunch, follow your will, follow your just to be good with yourself. Don't nudge yourself to do something. If you want to do something, you do that, and you do that good. If you don't want to do that, then probably it's not necessarily a sign that you're being lazy or you're not a good guy or gal about doing something. Not at all. Just listen to that voice in your head, in your backbone, in your soul, and you'll be good, because your little voice, your internal voice, your hunch will never lie. Will never lie to will never say something that is not needed for it. Will never say something that will lead you to some bad things happening. Nonsense. Just that your voice tells you to do. Try to listen to that more, not necessarily doing what it said. Remember that moment that it said it. When it said it, excuse me, just reconsider something. Get back to your back had worldly ideas in your head, how they are marinated there, and then and give it a chance to be born again. I mean, your ideas, your whatever you want to do in your life, just to let it marinate for a while. Don't be hasty. Don't be superficial about things. Go deep into one thing you want to follow. Say you love two things. Don't sacrifice one for the well, don't sacrifice the first one for the second one. That ladder of things, that ladder of thing might be your bigger love or the whole your life than the even first thing. Just keep them, pack them in your mind. Find the garage for those things, not sacrificing each of those ones for the other one. They just see them there and be with you and lead you towards your success. That's how my ideas go. And if it's been something enlightening and coherent to your American ear, or probably even brain, or you know what to do, how just your choice of being free in your life, and just be good all the time, and you probably even may subscribe if you want. I don't want to skip some shit that I rolling down the road here, and if so, then you'll have to give me a like, dislike, whatever comes to your mind. Do that. Don't wait for some better opportunity to come. It will never come. It will never come. Live today. Live in this current moment of your life. It's surely given to for you, and that only that moment counts. When you live it thoroughly and you live it happily. And that being said, I already read this shit out. Slave my floor right now. It doesn't block our ways anymore. We can do it our ways, whatever we want. Be good and get all. Stay tuned. And thanks again for being with the episode. But you know what we're doing. Better practicing my American. And that being said, be good. And I got a roll and night and sun and shit and girls along this line saying always be good. I'll see you around, guys and gals, very soon. Be good. Thanks again for practicing, for being with me tonight. See you around, guys and gals.